Welcome back to Tarot by the Bay. I'm David. All right, so I mentioned this on my other reading that posted up. J.D. Vance apparently saw Air Force Two and decided that he was going to stroll on over there and have a conversation with Kamala Harris. Again, this has all the hallmarks of WWE or the Real Housewives of name your favorite American city here. You know, just manufactured drama. This would be the exact type of thing Donald Trump would think would just be absolutely magnificent. You know, free advertising and going after Kamala Harris. Kind of like Marjorie Taylor Greene going after, oh God, now I'm forgetting the young activist's name. Hang on for a second. So close. David Hogg. You know, just going over there and just mouthing off and bullying him and stuff like that. Now, I don't know what Vance thought was going to happen when the Secret Service saw him coming. Now, Kamala Harris and Tim Walz were not by Air Force Two. But if they were, you really think Secret Service is just going to let this Yahoo just go walk up to the Vice President? Especially after what happened 3 weeks ago? Idiots. Absolute stupidity. Okay, but let's look. I want to look at the energy. There's been a lot of attacks, or the Republicans are starting their attacks on Tim Walz, attacking his leaving the Army National Guard after 24 years serving. There was a deployment that was happening when he left. The thing that was also pointed out was he ran for Congress. He left the military and ran for Congress. You don't just leave the military and go, what am I going to do now? I know, I'll run for Congress. I think that'll work out just fine. No, you've got to be thinking about that for a while. You've got to be making contacts. You've got to wait for timing. You've got to get fundraising going. This is not just something you do. It's something you plan if you want to succeed, which he did. So these criticisms from a couple of other personnel that served in his unit, including his replacement, is misplaced. Also, the guy who served as his replacement, the commanding sergeant major, he's a Trumper and a MAGA guy. So what do you think he's going to do? He's lost his mind to the point where he has no respect for somebody who did his job before he did it. Oh well. Such is the propaganda and the mind control that is MAGA. But let's look at the energy around the Republican strategy to attack Tim Walz. And will they have any success? I know Libby was having some horrible time getting cards. Just kept getting cards looking like Tim Walz was leaving. I did a reading on it last night. I actually talked with her for the first time last night. And we threw cards, and my cards came out great. Hers were just all over the place. Mine came out great. So maybe I'm a Pollyanna and I only see the positive sides of things. I don't know. But let's see. Republicans, how are they going to go after Tim Walz here? Four of Cups. Or at least the energy around it. Four of Cups. Here's the thing. They want to go after Tim Walz, but, you know, calling him Tampon Tim and saying that he abandoned his troops and, God, what other attacks are they coming up with him? Nothing's sticking. Nothing is sticking. They keep trying to find something to nail this guy on, and just like Kamala Harris, nothing is sticking to it. But it's their goal. They're gonna try and figure something out. So, and that probably touches on Susan Lynn's video. I did get to listen to Susan Lynn today, and again, guilty pleasure when I'm commuting. She was saying, they'll just make stuff up out of whole cloth. So if you can't dig up any dirt, they'll just create their own. Yeah, they'll just make stuff up. They'll make stuff up. What they want to do is they're going to want to say stuff that would disenfranchise young voters from supporting the Harris-Walz ticket. Focusing on young people. I mean, They could go after women, but I think it's young people is where Walz really has them trumped. They can't get around that. In the past, you got the Five of Swords. The Republican troll farm has been incredible in its ability to troll Democrats and, just win the mean girl game. They are the best of the mean girls out there. But that's in the past. They're having a problem getting stuff to stick now. If for no other reason, people are a little bit tired of the mean girl game. I guess the other thing is you have to get rid of people's hope. Walz and Harris are raising hope, so you have to somehow be dismissive of the hope they're giving people. Current situation of the King of Swords. So they're going to have to come, again, Ace of Swords, coming up with ideas. If you have to make stuff up, make stuff up. This is a winner-takes-all campaign, win at all costs. If we have to make stuff up, wouldn't be surprised if Jim Jordan starts a impeachment inquiry into Harris and Walz. Harris is the VP and Walz, he's already tried to do that with Harris, with Walz as acts that he should be impeached for when he was in Congress, 4 years ago or something like that. Okay. Overarching energy is the Justice card. They could try to go legal routes with that, but with the trying to undermine young people, they have to be careful about what they do because they would be breaking the law. And for the most part, politicians, they don't get to sue for defamation. So you can make up the most outrageous lies about somebody and there's no legal consequences for it. And maybe there should be. Maybe there should be. Yeah, it looks like if they're going to do something, what do they say? Soft on crime? I don't know. The lesson to be learned. They'll put a bunch of money into this. Maybe pay some people off. You've got those two sergeant majors that tried to take down his military pedigree. I'm sure they got compensated for their efforts, entertainment purposes only. And it doesn't matter if it's true or not. Just say that he abandoned his troops. It doesn't matter if it's true or not. We'll pay you a lot of money, and you can just say it's your opinion. So you won't have to face any justice for that. We got lawyers to protect you. It's that sort of thing. Yeah, the attacks will continue. They will keep doing stuff to try and bring him down. With the Ace of Swords and the King of Swords and the Justice card, they might have some moderate success in doing this. What they're looking for is the home run, though. They're looking for a home run. Can they find the one thing they can nail them on? And I hate to throw dark energy out there or give anybody suggestions, but it would be like, the teacher, being inappropriate with a student type thing. Kind of like, that woman who accused Biden of sexual harassment, and she's over in Russia now, of all places. You're gonna find somebody. You're gonna be able to pay some girls or some boys on the football team enough money that they'll defame Mr. Walz. That's always a possibility. The thing is, the Republicans are getting kind of desperate here. The Trump campaign appears to be on its heels, and it's been on its heels for a while, and they're going to get desperate. So, that Wheel of Fortune, will they find something that really damages Walz? And this is, I think, what Libby's picking up on. She's picking up on the shenanigans and that desire to really bring this guy down. Will they get that? Will they get there? Two of Swords. There's a decision path to be made. Maybe they do get close. They'll make something up. Magician card. They have a decision to make, but they're going to make something. They're going to create an illusion here. That gets people looking at him differently, trying to throw him under the bus. Yeah, they'll make something up. They're going to try and make something up to change people's perceptions on Mr. Walz here. Two of Wands. They've been trying to figure out something here. They're probably actually in discussions right now, trying to figure out the best way to implement whatever their dirty trick is. Overarching energy is the Queen of Pentacles. Impregnating a woman. He's got a secret love child somewhere. We just need to get the DNA tests, and then we'll be able to prove that he's the father. That kind of thing. Over the lesson to be learned is the Six of Swords. They're going to try and drive him away, but it may not stick. This could be they're successful at moving him along, or they're trying to be successful at moving him along, but we could go from choppy waters to calmer shores. It could be that they come up with this story and then the news cycle changes. Donald Trump has a stroke. Donald Trump has a heart attack. And then we're not going to be talking about this anymore. We're going to just be talking about Donald Trump's health the whole time. The outcome is the Empress. Again, a pregnant female. So one of two things is going to happen. They're going to try and create a story that he impregnated some woman. Maybe she got an abortion, but he's got a baby mama out there. That could be like one thing that he's doing. And it could be somebody who is underage. Let's give him the full Matt Gaetz treatment there. But the outcome is the Empress. This could just very well mean that no matter what their efforts are, it's not going to bear fruit. Because people are going to look at it and say, that's not who this guy is. I think a lot of people would actually come up and defend him and say that's not who it is. There'll be a lot of pushback. And I think that's what this Two of Swords is that there's no guarantee this is going to work. Now, let's do the follow-up question. If they try and push this Queen of Pentacles narrative, again, which let's just arbitrarily call it a love child or something along those lines. If the Republicans try and push that narrative, will it stick? What will be the results of that? We'll throw another 7-carder. Maybe we'll get a little more information. Normally I would do a 4-carder on this. It's kind of a yes or no question. But I think a 7-carder might be good just to get a little bit more background. Not only will it stick or not, but kind of why it does or doesn't. Okay. King of Pentacles. Will it stick? Throw a bunch of money on it. Trump will certainly be broadcasting it on Truth Social. Temperance. Pause. Purification. Healing. This is a great card for that. It's like it may not take quickly, or it's detoxifying here. Will it work? I don't think so. Because I think this is going to be what they finally end up coming up with is like, cannibalizing babies in the pizza parlor in the basement in Washington D.C. for a pizza parlor that doesn't have a basement. It's just, I think it gets fact-checked and debunked, and it just looks stupid. It's just craziness, like saying Ted Cruz's dad shot Kennedy. It's something like that. There it is, Ace of Swords. In the past, they come up with their plan. They are executing their plan. Funny how those cards came up on the initial reading here. Overarching energy. They come up with it, but it doesn't go anywhere. It goes out there and it just sort of dies. It doesn't go anywhere. It's dark. This dark plan doesn't have a lot of energy to begin with, and it dies before it ever starts. The lesson to be learned is the Nine of Wands. It's like they've got nothing. They keep looking. They want something. They want Walz looking over his shoulder, and it just doesn't happen because this thing doesn't work. And the Hangman. Yeah, and this card came up before. They're trying to throw him under the bus. I don't think it's going to happen, though. I think people might look at Mr. Walz in a different light. Maybe enough people believe it. That could be one thing. Or they look how he handles this attack and handles it. And maybe he writes, the book on how to handle a scandalous attack that's not based in reality when it's thrown at you. So, for those that were getting anxious with Libby's reading, and Libby, if you're watching this one, I even like this reading more than the reading I did for you last night, because I think you're picking up on the Republican shenanigans and what they're trying to do. Their plans on trying to get him out. I don't think it's going to work though. Not with that Temperance card there. Not with the Four of Swords up there. It just doesn't have the. It's like it doesn't have the time or the energy to go anywhere. And it could very well be that the news cycle changes. They get this thing out there, and then literally, Trump has a health event or something. Something happens, and nobody's talking about it. Will this impact the election? Or, it's just a little four-carder. Will it impact the election, or what's the energy around this? Ace of Cups, passions. Nine of Swords, nightmares, Page of Cups. It's just MAGA lunacy. Two of Wands, the Emperor. I think it causes some anxiety for a little bit, but he handles it. Tim Walz is a rock. He's an absolute rock. It might cause some anxiety to him or to his family, but it's Looney Tunes. It's absolute Looney Tunes. Probably the worst thing that'll happen is that people will be calling, his wife's work or, attacking the family on social media. That type of thing. Just all the Trump tards coming out and just being vicious. But it's unbelievable. Whatever it is, it's just truly unbelievable. I think again he's emotional, but I think he keeps it to himself. But he makes plans. I think I'm not saying he keeps a list, but he's going to watch who's doing what with things. This Emperor energy is going to come back to play. This attack will cause him to make plans. It will probably raise his passions on things. It does appear that Mr. Walz will not stand a bully. That would be true of a sergeant major. That would be true of a man who's a football coach, a social studies teacher who starts the Gay and Lesbian Alliance Foundation at his high school to give gay and lesbian students a safe place to go and not be bullied. Again, that whole Alpha Wolf story I told yesterday. You protect everybody in the pack. And you can be particularly vicious on the stronger members that might bully the other members because the pack needs everybody and at top, well fed and ready to go for the pack to survive. So he will probably grow from this, is what I'm saying. It's not a pleasant way to grow, but I think he's going to grow from this, and he's going to be emotionally stronger for it because he'll have been through whatever attacks they put him through there. I don't think they found it yet. Okay, we'll leave it here. Thank you very much for watching this video and supporting my channel. I hope you found this reading insightful, and I'll catch you on the next one. Take care.